This week I chose to play Castlevania, and I found it pretty interesting. So the graphics are already, you can see, pretty detailed. For their time, I think. You can see shading, highlights, and the bodies are fleshed out. You know, it's not just a stick figure, it actually looks like a body, not very abstract. You can see the statues in the background. I think that's really neat. And I also think that the environment looks pretty realistic. Sets you up well for the story of the game. It's a little creepy. The goal of this game, I believe, is to fight Dracula in his castle. So you pick up items when you attack with your whip, and you can jump and move side to side. Smashing these gives you items, and into the castle. So here are the first round of enemies. You hit them with your whip, and I think they're also pretty fleshed out. I think that the ghoulish characters that I'm being beaten by are pretty well drawn. I think that they look vaguely human, and you can see the details. I also like that coming up you can see there are different enemies. There's a variety that you can fight. Up here there are these cats. The shadow cats up there, yep, that jump and they attack you. I like the variety because it means you don't get bored just fighting one kind of enemy the whole time. The main character, this knight, it seems, doesn't really have a personality, but I think that you're still able to empathize with his quest because it's just a classic good versus evil plot. Also, you can see here as I'm walking, the castle environment itself, the scenario, is very just well done also. The graphics are great. You can see the cracks in the walls and the long curtains. It sets you up for a creepy story. I think it all makes sense. These stairs, however, I will remark, are a little difficult to see. You can technically go up them, but it took me a long time to figure out that those weren't just cracks in the wall. So that could maybe be improved on. So these cats will follow you and jump on you, and you gotta time things just right. That's a pretty good feature. You know, you can hit the candles. A lot of things are interactive, and you get a constant onslaught of enemies, which keeps you engaged. I think this game is similar to a lot of classic RPG games in the sense of its, you know, its enemies, and the way that when you kill an enemy, it drops an item and you pick up the items, and, you know, it makes things feel kind of medieval, which is the theme of a lot of current RPGs like Skyrim or Dragon Age. And the scoring is also pretty easy. Up there in the top left corner, you can see that it keeps score. Every enemy you kill gives you more points. The environments have some variety, even though I'd like to see more variety as a 21st century gamer. I think that they could use a little bit, I don't know, different level design as far as just the platforms go. I wish you could go back into other rooms. That would be a cool feature, so that you can interact with things more than once, or maybe go back to collect different items, different treasures. But down here, after you kill the bats, which is another enemy variety, you can see yet another enemy variety down here with the aquatic monsters. They shoot. That's a new mechanic. Overall, though, I feel like for its time, this game is pretty robust. Everything looks not abstract. It looks realistic, and you get a bunch of different enemy types. You get the ability to use different weapons. Up there in the red box, you can see that, but I think that it's pretty good.